Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us for our Monday evening connection. And in the same time, okay, we study what's the connection. The connection is the study, right? We have to make sure that we're connecting on the teaching level, on the wisdom level. That's our connection, there's many common dominator, friendship, interest. That's one thing that people connected to. But when you bring wisdom, any type of a person, obviously that open for the wisdom, can be connected. And that's what is important for all of us to awaken that. Few things that are important to remember. Right now, in this evening, we enter into what we call the new moon of Sagittarius. Now, we know it's not according to the Gregorian calendar we all follow, but according to the lunar calendar. We know now it's shift from Mars, which is more closely or influencing our world, right? Or as opposed to now we're moving to the what we call Jupiter, Tzedek, that planet that is starting getting closer influence to our world. We have, of course, in this week, obviously the living of and the story of Abraham, main character in our stories recently, and Isaac, his son. And this is the process of Isaac and Rebecca sharing, and working on themselves to build a family, of course. And this is the birth of what we know of Jacob and Esau. And that's from Jacob, you have all the 12 tribes continuation. This is in this week. And of course, it's always falling as well around this month of Kislev, the month of what we call the month of miracles. We also know that in this month, that's because the energy shift from Scorpio to Sagittarius, we also need to shift our energy. So let me give you a little bit hint or clue of something that we can shift or something that we can learn for this week. This month. Few things, but it's important to understand that there's a huge opportunity for all of us. What do we want to really big picture in this month? In this month, the Creator is what we call the holiest of the holiest, opening the gate for us to enter and to be closer to our, I would call it, infinite intelligence, our endless store of energy. And it's all within us. But it's appear in this month. We know in the month of Sagittarius, it's called the month of Kislev. Kislev is also Kes, which is Kisui, cover, and Lamed Vav, or Lev, it's also heart, but it's also the 36, what we call the 36 Tzaddikim, or the 36 days that the first man, the first Adam, were spending 36 hours in what we call the Or HaGanuz, the concealed light, precious light that is kept for our time, in the time that we want to reveal complete light in this world. So in the month of Kislev, that's what we have in the month of Kislev, miracles, we call it the Channukah, the energy of Channukah, candle lightings and so forth. We're going to speak about it as we get closer. But that light is not allowed. Again, light is everywhere, right? But there's a specific light that is not going to be used or will allow anyone to connect to that light unless you meant to use that light for a complete removal of chaos, pain, and suffering. That light, when the intention in this month will be to remove death, pain, and suffering and destruction from the world, that light is more available in this month, unlike any other time of the year. Yeah, you can access the entire year, but this month, if we, each one of us, will shift our intention or attention, focus, and desire to complete removal of death, pain, and suffering from the world, removal of the consciousness of destroyers, and connect to what we call the consciousness of a builder, the consciousness of a doer, someone who is not waiting. Somebody's, you understand that this is his responsibility. If you understand that this world is yours, if you understand that you own this world, you would care to everything that's going on in this world. Same way in your house or in your company or anything that you do. So this month, very important to awaken that. This is an indication that one is awakened a desire to what we call the Or HaGanuz, the concealed light, and that light that is being kept, right, to be used only in times like that. And again, unlike any time of our life, of this world, we are in a very crucial time in this world, and that light is very necessary. So again, in this month of Kislev, the cover is on that light called the Or HaGanuz. The second thing is I want to ask is, is miracles. What is miracles? And again, I don't want to talk about just miracle. That's not the point of the class. But is the connection that people say miracle. Miracle is very nice. Wow, what a miracle. What a miracle happened, A lot of us are, get excited when miracles happen or when we experiencing a miracle. The real miracle that I would like to see every individual is to move from somebody that I know there is a creator in this world. Oh yeah, some people are atheists, and again, whatever you believe in, it's not a problem. But there is a creator for the world, and there is a system of creation, and there is involvement of the light in every single moment of the day. Yeah, so most people know or think there is a creator. But this one, what you want to, or is to awaken a desire to that. Not just to know there's a creator, but to feel the presence of the light, to feel the presence of the creator, to feel it around you, to be able to download from a thought to a feeling that I feel the creator presence in my day, in everything I'm doing. That's a big, big miracle, my dear. It's a big miracle that we can awaken in this world. Because, imagine you have a friend that's always taking care of you, but you don't know them, right? Or you don't know that they do that. But every day, you don't know who is it, right? You get in the mail, a nice card. All of a sudden, a nice box from Amazon came. Somebody sent you this or that. You need something, is always there taking care. You don't know. What is the difference? Once you know, the connection to that individual become huge, become tremendous connection, right? So from the knowing, right? The Creator opened the door this month to this is a very deep, deep level of connection that we want to have in this month. It's very beautiful to not just to know, but to feel the presence of that supernal light, that calmness of the light, the spiritual light that we're looking for. This is what I would like to ask. What do I need? I need few things. Step number one is to awaken tremendous appreciation, right? And not just recognize, an individual or somebody who did something for you, but to be in a state of a deep appreciation to everything, start to everything that you have and everything that you didn't get. Because you need to awaken that appreciation, even if you're not getting what you thought you're going to get and you're bitter about it. That is the opening you want to have in this month. The second step is you want this month to be in service for others. In service for others in this month, unlike any time of the year, is completely different than doing it in this way, in this month. Why? Because most of us are very blocked in how we are there for others. We don't know, we thinking they don't know, we thinking it's not gonna happen. We have all kind of like reasoning or excuses of why not to be in service for others. I don't have, nobody wanted to, nobody asked. Don't wait. First awaken the desire to be in service, and then you're gonna start seeing it. The next thing is you can do at the same level is definitely is when we again connecting what we call the month of Sagittarius is ruled by the planet Tzedek, justice. Tzedek is Jupiter. Tzedek, justice. What does it mean? You and I would like to awaken. What do you mean justice? Justify the creator in this world and speak in the merit of others. For example, somebody did something wrong. In this month, you want to find a way to justify why they did. This month, again, maybe they are wrong, but in this month, you want to awaken the mercy on people. You want to awaken the reason that they did. I'm sure there's a good reason, or somebody cut you off, or somebody. Start justify that. Again, see the good in that. Find the good in things. And obviously, the third idea is that I would like each one of us to connect to, and again, we move on to many other points, but this is important in order to attract the feeling of the creator in your life, the feeling of that spiritual light around you, surround you when you wake up, not even being away from that. Is if you awaken the consciousness of going all the way. I'm here to go all the way. I'm endless person. The light is endless. Therefore, anything I'm doing is endless. Unlimited. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to love the person over and over. I'm not going to stop. They can stop loving me. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop until the job is done. And whatever job it is that you have. Again, a lot of us giving a lot of excuses why it's okay, why I should be very nice. This month, all the way, with whatever endeavor you are working on or you are up. This is the path that I want to connect as what we call in the month of Kislev. Now, again, one more point about this month of Sagittarius, and then I move on to this week's energy and secrets. We know that every month have its own unique DNA. DNA, like each one of us have DNA. Everything in this world have DNA, have a seed, right? We know in a seed of an apple, when you hold the seed of an apple on your hand, in that seed, all the fruits, all the color, all the flavor, all the bread, everything is in there. Whatever will happen in the tree is already in the seed. New moon is the seed of the entire month that you can actually influence the entire month in a better way for you, for the world. The DNA of the month is ruled by two letters, right? We learned that even the human being DNA is A, T, C, and G, right? They represented by 4 letters. The DNA of the month of Kislev, which ruled by Jupiter, it's the letter Samech and Gimel. Now, I know we don't have it visually right now, but at least it's going to your consciousness. In the month of Scorpio, there is what we call the letter Nun is the DNA. And Nun represents Nephilah. That was the month of Scorpio, known to be very, very hard or very difficult. Or a lot of time you fall, right? Represents falling. Comes the month of Sagittarius, ruled by this letter Samech, which is almost like a circle. Circle, right? That what is the word represent? Somech noflim. Whoever is about to fall, I'm there to support them, to hold them. That's what the month, right? So it's not coincidental, right? But it's all obviously directed by this universe. And not a lot of people know how to use it. So this month, there is a protection from falling, a protection that any missed opportunity that you had in this month or last month you lost, in this month you can revive it. You can ignite it. But how? You have to insert yourself within that circle. Circle represents new environment. That circle represents as well a new community, a support system. Be together. Betoch ami anochi yoshevet. I'm sitting inside. I'm inserting myself inside the people. Not I'm removed myself from people. This month, find yourself immersed with all the people. Bring them together. This is this month. And this is a protection. We know that, that the Nun, the letter Nun of Scorpio, and the letter Samech of this month, right, bring you the word Nes, which is miracle. Miracle, right? And that is what's the activation. What is a miracle? A person was supposed to fall, right? And something like, let's say, was walking in the street, and there was open pier. But he didn't see it. And as he walked, somebody saw he's about to fall, and he put like a plywood somewhere there that he can walk it and not going to fall, right? Imagine all day long, the creator of this wall, all day long, making sure that you're not going to fall here. That's protecting you all day long. But I don't see it. Yeah, I know. Maybe it's a nice idea to know. I want us this month to feel it. And you have to feel it with the samech, with the we have to be inserted in people. You can't be alone. Yeah, you can. Better not to. Anyway, another thing that is of awakening in this month is the renewal of prophecy. A lot of energy of prophecy and divine inspiration is being poured to this world. And that is this month until what we call Channukah, the lighting of the candle, that draw that. But in this month, it's awakening. Now, let's start a little bit about, obviously, this week. What do we have this week? As I said before, it's the story with Isaac and his two sons, Jacob and Esau. And the story goes in many different directions that it's important to know, but I'm going to touch upon a few secrets that we can use in this month and in this week for us. In this month, in this week, called Toldot. The word Toldot is from the word Toladot, which is birth of, or creation of, or the beginning of, right? This is a Tolada. This is a flow, right? Something that comes off, right? And in this month, what we want to connect is the continuation. A continuation. Most of us think to start something new. There's nothing new in this world. It's all a continuation of where you left off. That's what it is. And I want to connect to that continuation, right? And we know that that continuation, bless you, is the connection that we have to the journey of our soul. And how do we know that? It's from the word ve'ele. Ve'ele, these are, it's a code. Ve'ele is the code by the number we know is 42, which represent the 42 journeys of our soul. So in this week, we have an activation of the journey that's already started. Who knows how many journeys you had in life, right? And I'm not talking just about in your process in life, but your process of the soul. First of all, to awaken that. And why is it important to know that? Because it can create momentum or a flow that information will start come to you to know why and how things should be. Now, we know that when we say in Toladot, I need to know that anything that's happening or not happening in my life, I decided that. It's a tolada of me. It's a birth that I gave birth to it. That, let me just make sure we understand what I just said. A lot of us live life in like random. What do you mean random? Surprise. Wow, I didn't know that's going to happen. Or I thought you're going to do this. Or we all living life surprise. And not just surprise, we are in disalignment with anything that's happening in our life. Like if you look at your day, you constantly in disagreement with what's around you. Why they do it this way? This is not right. This is not okay. That's everything that they do around you. You don't agree with that. Even if you have a certain complaint in your mind, or you have a certain something to say about it, but constantly, it's not perfect all the time, right? Occasionally we feel like, wow, that was a perfect dinner. Everything was working well, right? A lot of that is we are in disalignment, in disagreement with our life. Do you agree that where you are in your life right now, that's exactly where you should be? No, I should have been, if I would listen to my friend, and if I would, all kind of reasons comes to our mind. Yeah, we all, okay, I'm very happy, appreciative where I am. Every day we walk around, we don't agree with this, we don't agree with that. What's going on? We see something in the TV, I don't like it, that's not, why they wearing these things? Why they saying that? All kind of disagreement. Why? Why? Because we don't know that information. What does it mean? Everything that appear in your day, anything, anyone, any conversation, it's already agreed between you and them in a spiritual dimension to give birth to that situation, to that experience. I will say it again, it's super important to understand. One is that everything that appear in this physical reality, today, tomorrow, it doesn't matter, whenever it appears, you should understand it's a result. Therefore, results of what? It's a birth of my agreement with that. Otherwise, it would not appear in your life, in your day, in the moment that you saw it. It will not. Unless you agreed in the spiritual world first. Like I said many times, when you watch a movie in a theater, and towards the end of the movie, they stop the movie and says, oh, by the way, we don't know the end of the movie. What do you mean? I came to see a movie. You cut me off. There's no end to the movie. What does it mean? Nobody gonna like it. But when you're watching the movie, it's gonna be an end. Whether you like it or not, it doesn't matter right now. But the idea is that it's already there. The movie that you're playing right now today, the movie that you are playing, you are the actor in your movie today, it's already done. It's already know what's going to happen. The question is, what you going to do about it? Why did I agree to bring it to my movie? Why did I agree to let that person come to my life? And again, this is where, we need to, again, grow spiritually to align ourselves with this idea. Therefore, you're going to live life not in a surprise, in curiosity, in excitement. I wonder, what did I agree already in my movie? Right? Let's say every night it tells you what you're going to experience tomorrow. And if you say yes, they let you wake up and to live that day. But we live the day all like oblivion, right? Well, I didn't know. Why is this? Why is it happening to me? Or why it doesn't happen to me? What do you mean why? You agree to that. Ask yourself why. This month you can get information. But again, this is what he says. Toldot is the birth, is the outcome of us. Your life, of the movie that you live today, it's a birth of you, allowing it to come to your movie. That's the first initial understanding that has to be part of us. Next is, there's many stories, many beautiful lessons here, but Rebecca is pregnant. And, we know, because we saw the movie, that she have twins. But she didn't know. Again, we're talking about some almost 4,000 years ago. I don't think there was an MRI or ultrasound, right? So they didn't go to the doctor to check, the baby, right? Huh? But what happened? Every time she walked in around negative place or place of idol worshippers, right? She get a kick in her stomach. Every time she goes in place of, positive, sharing, light, studying, she feel a kick in the stomach. And she got worried. She went immediately to the sage and asked, I'm so worried. Says, why? I'm so worried. I don't know. I'm hearing kick over there and I had kick in my stomach over here. And he says, oh, you have twins. And then she was happy. So why does it make her happy? It's very simple, but the idea is that when each one of us live life and think that, you know what, I'm positive, but sometimes I'm not positive. I'm in, but I'm not all the way. I like them, but I don't love them. We are always like in between. We are always finding ourselves thinking, we call it, I want to be balanced in the way I look at things, right? That's not balance. A little bit bad and a little bit good never work. Never work. What do you mean never work? You cannot be on the fence. Either you work towards light, revelation, spiritual energy, or physical, 1% ego, and maybe me, right? These are the two realities. Yeah, I'm sometimes like this and sometimes like that. No, that can never allow you to grow. When you're on the fence, I'm convinced, but I'm not yet convinced. Again, each one of us in his own process, everything is acceptable. But what we need to remember is that you can't be in the middle. You can't be in the middle. We're always afraid to pick side. Maybe it's going to be the wrong, so I'm going to stay in the middle. I haven't yet fully there, but I'm not sure if I want to. That's the problem that we all have. When you're in relationship, as I said before, remember the point before says go all the way, meaning you need to understand. It doesn't matter if you're not yet absolutely positive and elevated, but this is the path and this is the direction, and everything that comes my way is to be transformed to the better. That should be my decision. Can't be in the middle. That's why when she realized one is negative and one kid is positive, she was happy because she said, at least the negative have a chance. Because if it was one kid mixed, it will be complete disaster. It cannot grow like that. We have to slowly move to the positive side. Next, when Rebecca had that idea of the two kids, he says the sentence, "Vatelech lidrosh et Hashem." What does it mean, lidrosh? To demand. Now, you can read it, you can say, lidrosh, meaning she's going to visit, or to ask. But here, he's using the word lidrosh, to demand. How many of us are ready or interested or can bring ourselves to a place that we demand from the light to be revealed? We demand that the chaos and that's going on right now will be eliminated. We demand from the Creator. Why? Why not of us, or all of us? Because it's so hard to bring ourselves to demand without the involvement of us, of the ego. But if you can bring yourself this month, as I said before, in service for others, see the pain that exists in the world, and all of us demand from the light of the Creator to reveal and to eliminate that chaos, to eliminate that pain. That is what we can demand in this month. That this horrible reality that we are right now experiencing will transform into miraculous reality. This is what we want as a group. As doesn't matter the amount, it matters the consciousness of all of us. Okay, so demand, and then via atar, then you're gonna get answers. But you have to demand not for you and not involve you. I demand from the Creator to eliminate that chaos, that death, the destruction. Eliminate the desires of all these terrorists to rule this world. Eliminate that. We can demand. We all need to demand that. Another thing is, again, I have two more points, small but short. One is that when Esau and Jacob grew up, Isaac wanted to give them a blessing. It's called the blessing of the firstborn blessing. It's a big, we know it's a big deal. End up being that Isaac, got dressed as Esau, and and brought to his father the meal that his father asked, and he gave him the blessings. He got disguised like his brother. Probably you know that story. You heard about that story, right? But what happened there? Esau represent what we call the body consciousness. Jacob represent soul consciousness. Jacob told Esau, listen, there's a dish that I'm making. It's lentil, right? The lentil meal that I'm making, lentil soup or the lentil dish. And Esau loved that so much, right? He says, listen, I'm going to cook for you that dish, but you need to let me have the blessings, right? Sell me the blessing of the firstborn. And Esau said, yeah, you know what? Why do I need this blessing? Either way, it's the end of my life soon. I don't know, whatever the reasons he gave. And he sold for a lentil soup, for a lentil dish. He sold it. You know who is that? Is each one of us. Each one of us selling our soul for lentil soup. For a little bit, right? For such little bit, we're doing backflip, and we're gonna do our best behavior, at least to give me attention. You sell your soul for a little attention, for a little publicity, right? For a little, saying something. We need to understand You have to put a much higher value on who you are, much higher consciousness of who you are. Don't sell yourself that short. That, like, for a lentil soup, that's all what you're worth, right? Think about it. It's not about negotiation, right? If you understand that you valued in $1 trillion, let's say, for example, would you now go and do like a, I'm worth $1 trillion, and then I'm going to work for $5 an hour? What? What's the connection? I mean, just to understand the measurement of who we are and what we're selling ourselves. And what is it? To the body. The body. The body wants this. Okay, I'm not going to go today because my body needs some lentil soup, And then we give excuses all the time to the body. But if I tell you, hey, let's share, let's help people, let's get together. Oh, I'm tired, I had a long day, I had a long night. All kind of reason. Selling. The body is buying, my soul is, being sold for the body. We have to be very, very clear about it. That I'm not negotiating on these terms at all. At all. There's no negotiation that you can't afford me. So meaning, any desire you have, any target, any goal that you put for yourself, don't sell yourself because you get some ego, or because you get some benefit, or because some fame, or because what they're gonna think about you. Be very aware in this week. And the last thing is that I shared with you before. Everything is a birth of that. What does it mean? It says that actually in this week, in the Zohar, it says that the Torah came to the Creator. It says, why are you creating a man? Why are you creating human? Because they're going to fall. They're going to commit crime. They're going to misbehave. They're not going to like you. They're going to stop believing you. They're going to think you are not exist. Why do you do that? Right? It's an interesting question, right? And he says, Barati tshuva lifnei briat haolam. That the Creator create a world that is everything is forgiven before he created this world. What does it mean? Tshuva, repentance, people call it, is, okay, if I hurt somebody, I'm going to say I'm sorry, and everything going to be okay. That's what it is. Sorry, we know, doesn't take the pain away, right? But it makes us feel good, right? It makes us feel good when somebody is apologizing to us, right? Oh, I'm sorry, Benjamin, I couldn't do this. Okay, it's okay. The pain gone? No, the pain doesn't go. So sorry doesn't do the work. Maybe it makes us feel a little bit better, right? Or the upper hand on the individual, whatever. No matter how far you and I went away with our ego and ego trip, we went into a movie, a story we told ourselves that kind of completely disconnected. No matter how far you went in speaking so bad about it, or about the world, or about people, or about right and left, politics, all of that, you can always, no matter how damaging the reality is, you can always do tshuva. What does it mean? You can always change that direction of where your life is going. Every single moment you decide, your life can completely change the trajectory of where they're going. Why? Because the solution already created before the problem. That's what it tells you. The solution, the completion, the perfection, and the movie is already been done before you even see it. But when you see it, you know that this is a movie that you agreed on. And because you agreed on that, you can also change that. That's the idea, because the perfection created before the damage. That's the idea that you want to connect. So no matter how far and how low you went, You can make a decision. And again, this month is the best time to make those decisions. I want to insert myself back into the light, back into the system. I want to create a great community. I want to bring myself together again, making effort to be together, to share the wisdom, right? Make an effort. Be in service for others. Share this wisdom. Why not? Give an opportunity to people. This is what we want to connect, of course, with this energy of this month of Sagittarius, that no matter how far we can make a decision in this month and completely shift our energy and elevate ourselves. Yeah, but it's too late. It's never too late. This month, this is where you're going to see an amazing miracles. Again, remind you, do not sell yourself for a lentil soup. Remind you, again, everything that appears in my life, it's a birth, it's a tolada, it's an agreement with me. Before it appeared, I had to agree to that. I just need to learn why. And what do I need to do about it? How can I increase my consciousness from it? So this is this week. Again, maybe last point is a lot of stories in this week speaks about that the well. We know that Abraham went around and he dug wells, right, for water, for traveler, for people. And then there was, again, they say wells, and then Isaac did it as well. But there were negative people who cover those wells back with dirt. And this is the story of this week, that he opened all the wells that were covered. But they used the word v'chisu be'afar. It was covered with dust or with dirt. What is the message for us? Each one of us have a wellspring of knowledge, an overflow of a well inside of you, well of love, well of care, well of beauty, well of consciousness. It's a well that needs to be opened. It's covered with dust. What does it represent, dust? Every time you have jealousy, you cover it. Every time you are a victim, you cover the well. Every time you are lazy, cover. Complain, cover. You cover more and more and more. And this week, we can shake it up. We can completely remove and open that well and feel that strong overflow of love and light and passion and excitement that is going on and on with no limit. So thank you for joining us. Have a beautiful month and a beautiful week. Happy Thanksgiving, I think, next week. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening.